Investors Education Series, and today we're looking at money affirmations. Money affirmations. We've been taking a lot of interesting topics. So if you've not been following, you can check our YouTube channel. Like, comment, share our videos. It's at Broadstreet Radio on YouTube. Also on Facebook, it's www.facebook.com/Broadstreet Radio. But before Mr. Charles commences with the topic, it will take his usual thought-provoking questions.
Okay.
Thought-provoking questions or mind-stimulating questions. Over to you, Mr. Charles.
Yes, they said you can send so many messages to the subconscious via repetition. When you keep repeating something, you are sending it to the subconscious. And we just have to be aware that it is the subconscious that actually control the conscious. When there is a conflict between subconscious and the conscious, the subconscious will always win. So we should understand what this our subconscious is and try to see how we can take advantage of it. So that's why we take our time to begin to ask these questions continuously so that it will be embedded in your subconscious and you begin to find solutions and answers to those questions. Do you have enough money? Are you spending enough time with your family and friends? Do you come home from your work, from your job, full of life? Do you have time to participate in things you believe are worthwhile? If you were laid off from your job, will you see it as an opportunity? Are you satisfied with the contributions you have made to the world? Are you at peace with money? Does your job reflect your values? Do you have enough savings that will see you through 6 months of normal living expenses? Is your life whole? Do all the pieces, your job, your expenditure, your relationship, do they all fit together? Have you prepared a will? Okay, thank you so much. We'll move on straight to the other mind-stimulating exercise. Questions that will continue to stimulate you to take charge of your life. What are your 3 most important goals in life right now? What are your 3 most present problems right now? Describe the ideal outcome you desire from a problem facing you right now. What one thing will you dare to attempt if you knew you could not fail? What do you really want to do with your life? Okay, so those are some of the mind-stimulating questions for you. Like Gina have said, today we are looking at money affirmation. If you have followed our program, you will notice that we keep saying making money, creating wealth, all begins in the mind. And it is rare when you don't have money in your wallet and you are saying, I am rich, I have money, I have this and all that, you are just saying those words. Mere saying those words, does it have any impact on you? For some persons, like what Gina shared to us the last time, that somebody went to, the pastor said, go and start, tell us that story.
Take a leap of faith.
A leap of faith.
That she went and she hired a real estate agent, and that one was taking her to different houses, down to the point that she said she wasn't satisfied. They went to the outskirts of Lagos only to tell the real estate agent that don't worry, I will still be praying about it. My pastor said we should take a leap of faith. I even heard someone say, get up some days, dress up, carry your suitcase to the airport, just go and see how people are arriving. And I said,
no, you see, if I will comment on such things, you will see that it depends on individual. It depends on the force in which you give those thoughts, and of course the emotion you put.
But to me, packing a suitcase, I'm going to this.
No, but I've heard of a story of somebody who was retrenched from a job, and he couldn't tell the wife that he had been retrenched. So every morning he would still dress up, enter his car, he would just drive somewhere, maybe a public park, and just stay there. Of course, he will be meeting people. He will enter the restaurant, eat, as if he's still, and they say all of a sudden, maybe after a month or so, someone said, okay, okay, what do you do? Okay, I saw in that office that this kind of contract. He now told her he's no longer working in that office again, but he's on his own. I said, okay. And that person now took him to the office and they offered him a contract. So he was now saying if he was not going to that public place every day, they would think, but they felt he was still very active, and he got that contract and he did the job, and then continued. So different folks for different people. But I think, anyway, let's see as we go along this investment education series, let's see how we can, at best, try to handle those kind of issues. And that's more reason why I brought this affirmation topic today, and see how we can do justice to it. So if you want to really accelerate reaching your financial goals, you need to practice saying positive money affirmations every day. You just have to keep saying it. Again, like I've said, setting and achieving your goals is a skill. You must know how to set your goals, and also now look at the strategy to achieve those goals. Like we have said here, your goals must be smart. But I've also gone further, so it has to be smarter. When we come to the issue of setting and achieving your goals, we'll look at it. But your financial goals is also part of your overall goal. But you just have to keep affirming, Here are some few tips. Look at this now. Some few things you have to keep on saying and believe. Because no matter how hard you work, if you don't believe that work is going to take you to your success, you will not be successful. You will not make it. So you just have to believe. God is my infinite supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly and easily for the highest good of all concern. You just have to keep saying this at your spare time and when you are free. I now have more money that I need to do everything I want to do. These are affirmations you have to keep telling yourself. You can even say it aloud when you are alone. Money comes to me in many unforeseen ways. I am making positive choices about what to do with my money. Every day, my income increases, whether I am working, playing, or sleeping. All my investments are profitable. People love to pay me money for what I most enjoy doing. These are some money affirmations. Positively. You just have to keep telling yourself. Now, you can plant any idea into the subconscious mind by repetition of thoughts, infused with positive expectation and the emotion associated with already having it. If you just say, God is my infinite supply, He gives me everything I want, and you don't put emotion to it, you deep within you are not even expecting anything, then it will not carry the kind of effect that you want. So your affirmation, you have to really believe that what you are affirming, you have to think, believe that you've already gotten it. You just, that's where the faith comes in. You just have to believe that you have gotten what you are looking for. Now, use the power of releasing to accelerate your millionaire mindset. If you want to make ₦1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, 10 million, you must begin to think the way those people who have made it, the way they were also thinking. And that reminds me of a popular TV series then. It was Bassi and Company. I think it was written by the late Ken Saro-Wiwa, where one of the characters there, I think that's the Bassi, would say, if you want to be like a millionaire, think like a billionaire. So whenever you are doing your money affirmation or any affirmation, it is common to become aware of competing thoughts, objections, such as, you know, when you are affirming, yes, all my investments are profitable, every day my income increases, whatever I am whether I'm working or playing or sleeping, my income is increasing, I am making positive choices about what to do with my money, money comes to me in many of unseen ways. When you are affirming, we know the way these are thoughts are, you'll be getting some objection. Another voice will be telling, that is the limiting belief now, will be telling you, who are you kidding? You are not going to be rich. You have to have money to make money. You are saying you are not broke, but there is a tiny voice telling you, my friend, keep quiet, you are broke. There is no money in your bank account. Those thoughts will come. Yes. You have even, not only money issues or finance, you are preparing for an exam. You say, oh, I have done well, I attended classes, I did my assignments, I did very well. But another voice will tell you, you have not done anything. Look at this topic, you have not read this topic, you have not done this. Those are what we call objections. Those are what we call limiting factors. You are affirming, but they will be there. What do you now do? Do you just ignore them? Don't ignore them. They are there. So what to do is write the objections down. Acknowledge those objections. But don't give them any power. Write it down. Close your eyes and just release the thoughts and the emotions that accompany them. Because those thoughts, they will always come. They will always come. And if you have made up your mind what you want to achieve, of course, those ones will not distract you. So if you have made up your mind that you are going to make this money, then you'll be willing to pay the price for what you are going to do to attract that money. So when you get those little limiting thoughts, objections, you know, you will be able to go ahead. You acknowledge them, close your eyes and just allow them to flow and just let them go. Now, how do you now, somebody will say, oh, is it easy? Of course, that's the truth. It's not easy for those thoughts to go, but with practice. And that's why we talk of meditation. We talk of mindfulness. You have to have a quiet time for yourself. You have to have a time where you can just feel free, relax, close your eyes, and begin to visualize what you want. And begin to see the good things, how they are flowing. You can even do deep breathing. Most of us don't even realize when we are breathing. So you need to, at one point, that is why in the Bible, Christ said, be still, know that I am God. And there were storms around. The same also applies. There are so many negatives happening today in the country. The economy is bad. Inflation rate is this one. Unemployment rate is this one. Boko Haram killing. This kidnapping. Everywhere. But in that storm, just know that there is a higher power that you can tap from. Be still and know that I am what? God. So when you have that faith and you believe in that, then of course, despite the economic circumstances, the economic environment, you can rewrite the scripts. You can rewrite the script. It is possible. In COVID-19 era, somebody told me the money has not made, he made it during that period.
Yeah.
I said, how come? And he told me. Now what he never thought of doing, but because of that COVID-19, he just saw himself getting involved in it, and before he knew what, they were selling the chemicals, people were coming to buy, so a chemist told them how to mix it in the proper proportion, and they were making sanitizer. They were approved by NAFDAC. And he told me if COVID had not come, he would not realize that he had the skill to do such things. So you can see in that adversity, they were able to do something great. So how do you do this basic release question? Now, do this little process whenever a negative or limiting belief or feeling about money comes up. What am I feeling right now? Maybe you have a project or you are setting your financial goal and you have set an amount. But as you set the amount, there is a doubt. Something is telling you you cannot make that money. What do? You ask yourself question, what am I feeling right now? Could I welcome and allow it? You are talking to that limiting belief now. That tiny voice that is telling you you can't make that money. Could I let it go? Will I let it go? Then when? So by the time you meditate, you concentrate, you will see that that limiting belief will just gradually begin to leave. So letting go is a decision you can make any time you choose. It all depends on you. Don't say at the first practice you are going to get it. No, you have to keep practicing it, and over time you will now see that once those negative beliefs are coming, you will now begin to ask yourself question. What am I feeling? Could I welcome it and allow it? Could I let it go? Would I let it go? Then when? So by the time you do these steps, you will see that you are able to control your thoughts, because our thoughts are real. Our thoughts are very powerful. You know, do this simple experiment, because I've had the experiment before, or the experience before. You are thinking of somebody, and all of a sudden, the person calls you on your phone. It's your thoughts. It's your thoughts. So our thoughts are very powerful. Okay, so like we said, letting go is a decision you can make anytime you choose. Now, once you're able to do that, of course, you have to keep visualizing that what you are affirming, you have already received it. Like a famous preacher will tell us, Dr. Norman Peale, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking, he will tell you have to first of all visualize what you want. And after visualizing it, you will now have to realize it. That is, you pray about it. Then he said there is a third point. Don't just visualize, realize, and go and sleep.
Implement.
You have to actualize it now. Okay, so visualize it, realize it, then actualize it. You will see that you'll be achieving what you want to achieve. So fill your mind with images of what you want and picture yourself already having them. That is very key. You can't carry in your mind mentality of poverty and you are saying visualization, abundance. There will be a conflict. And like we have said here, once there's a conflict between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, the subconscious mind take precedence. So you must send that message of abundance mentality to the subconscious mind. There are certain amount of money you want to make, you don't even know how. But just visualize it. And if you hold that thought for a very long time, you will be surprised. You attract circumstances and people that will lead you to achieve what you want to achieve. But if you have that doubt, before I end, I will just give a short story as to how this happened to somebody. He wrote a book and he said it's not a best-selling novel, you know, and all that.
Or he's not a best-selling author.
So he said he had been trying to see how he will market the book. So, but meanwhile, he's a public speaker. So he was invited to speak to some group of people. Because of the fee, in fact, it was like something, they said just come and help us, talk to these people, you know. There was no fee attached to it. He was reluctant to go. But somebody just said, yeah, just go, it doesn't really matter. And he prepared his speech and everything. I went to the gathering. He said there were over 100 people. So he stood at the podium, he spoke, spoke very well, He said at a point, people say, well, this one I'm not even going to pay me anything. Anyway, let me just do it. He spoke very well, I think for 1 hour, took questions and everything. And after the whole program, he didn't just approach him. I said, well, sir, I really enjoyed your talk. I'm a reporter in one of the national dailies. I'd like to interview you and talk to you. So you can see. And at that point, he just remembered something. He said, visualize how he's going to sell this his book that he had written. So during the interview, he had to talk about the book, about himself and everything. And it was a front page, a national daily. People read and he started getting calls. How they could even come and collect the book and market for him, pay in advance and all that. So you can see, attending that lecture, giving that paper, and somebody from the crowd, a news reporter, interviewed him, and he became one of the acclaimed motivational speaker. So you can see, it was visualization. And that's what we are saying. You don't even need to know how. But once you know the why, it is very compelling. And I can always say, once a student is ready, the master will appear. Thank you.
All right, that wraps up the investor education series for today on our discussion on money affirmations. But do stay with us, some more to come on the Afternoon Business Show. We'll go into the health and wellness segment, but before then, a quick break and we'll be back.